Okay, class. The first thing we're going to do today with our text is we're going to read our text. And after we read, we're going to go through and look at what story elements that we have within the text. Okay. The title of the text is A Secret Note. And we're going to start reading. I see. Those were the two words on the note. Kevin found it on his bunk at Camp Walloway. It was tucked just under the top edge of his blanket, so he could miss it. The past few days during his first time here had been great, but this note changed everything. Kevin looked around quickly. Joey, the nosy kid from yesterday, seemed to be busy reading a letter from home. A couple of kids were fooling around near the rickety porch door. No one in the cabin seemed to be paying any attention to him. No one seemed to be waiting to see a scared or surprised look. What did the note mean? Who had written it? Was it from someone he knew from home? He couldn't even consider it. It would be too much to find out his secret had followed him here to camp. He decided to hope for the best. He would pretend everything was fine. Maybe there would be no more notes. Maybe this one meant something else. For 2 days, Kevin acted as if he was having a great time. He played tetherball with the kids from his cabin. He learned to paddle a canoe. He even pretended to like trying lanyards. He volunteered to help in the kitchen. He got picked for the baseball team. Catcher. Everybody seemed friendly. Nothing seemed out of order. After a while, Kevin even convinced himself he didn't have to act like he was having a good time. He was having a good time. Then, the third day he came into the cabin after swim practice, another camper was leaning over his bunk. He had a piece of paper in his hand. Okay, that was a secret note. And our goal for today is to go through this text and identify some story elements. Okay, so first, let's look at our title, which is, and you can follow along with me. You've already done this, but what I'm doing now is a review. So you can follow along with me on your sheet to make sure um you have the correct answers. So we have our title first, A Secret Note. Okay? So we need to look for characters, setting, plot, and theme. Okay? So our characters, let's see who the characters are. Remember, I told you that the most important characters are the ones that are significant to the text. So I have my highlighter here, and you should have yours. Okay, so the first character that I notice is Kevin. Uh oh. I'm going to underline Kevin because Kevin is the what class? Good. Kevin is the main character. Okay. Now we have Joy. Is Joy an important character in the text? Is he somebody that we could highlight? Um, how many times do we see Joy? Good. Joey's mentioned one time. So let's come back to Joy. Let's come back to Joy and keep going. Okay. So we're gonna keep reading. Okay, let's keep going. Um, Now I'm right here where it says another camper was leaning over his bunk. He had a piece of paper in his hand. I'm going to highlight another key camper because remember we said that if we can take a character out and still have the same story, that means that character is not important. But if we have a character that we can take out and it completely changes the story, that means that character is important. And I'm looking at another camper. If I take another camper out of the story and everything another camper does out of the story, my story would change dramatically. It would be a totally different story. The ending would be totally different. So I would consider another camper to be an important character in the text. Okay. So we've talked about our characters. Now let's look at our setting. Let's go back and look for setting. The setting of this text is Camp Walloway. Okay. Plain and simple. It's Camp Walloway. That's the where. And let's see, can we find a when? Let's see, can we find a when? Okay. We see different days. We see where the text says um a few days. So if just took okay, we see a few days. We see 2 days right here. And we can conclude that this is the summer because that's generally when kids go to camp during the summer. Okay. Now let's look plot. What happened first? And the plot is just plot sequence. Okay. Look at what happened first. First, Kevin finds a note. That's first. First thing that happened is Kevin finds a note. Then in the middle, after Kevin finds the note, he starts to do what? Search for who sent the note. Okay. After he tries to search for who sent the note, after he talks about who sends the note, he then decides he's going to have a good time at camp right here. Okay, we're running out of time for this video, so we are going to